Hi Virgo, welcome back. So Virgo, this is going to be your spiritual tarot reading and we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. When I was meditating on the collective Virgo energy, I was seeing imagery of an eagle, an American eagle, I think, or I got the term American Eagle, which I think is also a clothing brand, right? But specifically eagles. And then I also saw an ostrich. I have no idea why, other than you might be actually seeing these birds on your social media or in real life, or that could have some weird connection with you. And then I was getting the song, and I'm free, free as we'll ever be. That Zac Brown band. I don't really know if the name of the song is Free, maybe not, but maybe check out the lyrics to that song. And for some reason I was also getting the song, I'm proud to be an American, oh at least I know I'm free. Okay, unless you're an American, you probably don't know that song, but it's like there's two feelings that I have coming into this. One is pride, a sense of pride coming through, and the other is the freedom. The freedom. So both of those emotions might be highlighted in you right now, Virgo, having a sense of pride or needing to have a sense of pride within yourself, and also maybe focused on freedom, you know, wanting more freedom in your life or needing to appreciate your freedom or something to deal with that, right? So take it or leave it, guys. That's what I got. So we're going to get into the tarot and see. You have the card of Scorpio out. Some of you could have Scorpio in your chart, be dealing with one, or just this is the influencing energy during January, okay? So this is a very transformative energy, can feel very intense, very passionate, but it can also be a bit secretive, a bit mysterious, okay? This is also highlighting intimacy and sexual desire, as well as the sacral chakra being highlighted, okay? So, but to me, this card also can sometimes be a bit of an emotional restriction. So some of you may have like these deep emotions that you have been restricting, and it's time to set it free, okay? Or you could be connecting with someone like that, but we'll see. So we're going to get a guidance card out to get us started. Whoops, but I'm not going to read it until the end to see how it correlates with the rest of the reading. And then we're going to go into the headspace, what you have going on there, Virgo. What do you need to know about that? Then the emotional space, how you feeling underneath it all. And then the bigger spiritual picture. So, Virgo. You know what, the energy that I'm kind of feeling reminds me a lot of the Sagittarius reading, so check that one out as well. So there was a lot of energy going on about like transformations happening, death and rebirth type of energy, maybe even a bit of shadow work going on, Virgo. So in your headspace, you have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the King of Wands, and the Devil. Wow, holy cow, you got a lot going on here. Okay. This is a really intense energy. Some of you could have this very intense energy about you during this time frame, or you're attracting that to you, okay? This is needing to get more balance between the divine feminine and the divine masculine energies within yourself. Okay, some of you have been going too far into the masculine energy and needing to incorporate a little bit more of that feminine energy. And this is reminding me of the Taurus reading. If you have Taurus in your chart, check out that reading as well. But it's like, some of you, there is some sort of epiphany coming in. And this card, no way, I never noticed that. So this guy has feathers. They look like eagle feathers to me. On his cloak, right? And so symbolically, what I'm getting from this is like, some of you may need to better balance your empathetic, compassionate side with your prideful side. Okay? There is a little bit of toxic energy showing up here with the devil and the sense of restriction. So some of you, it's like, if you have been restricting something that you've been thinking about or feeling, I feel like the energy buildup is so intense that it just has to burst through, or it has to come out in some way. Okay? Because this is like cutting to the chase, cutting to the truth of the matter. And it could be involving a few other people, more than just yourself. Okay? I have 3 in specific. You also could be thinking about a water sign, fire sign, Capricorn, or have that in your chart. But it's like, whatever decision you're getting ready to make, Virgo, it involves more than just you, right? Or whatever you've got going on in your mind, it's involving more than just yourself. And a lot of contemplation going on as well. And I feel like this is, okay. I have a song coming through. Sorry, I had 3 different songs come through all at once. I don't mean to get distracted. I'm gonna pull on the one I can hear the loudest, which is, there's clapping. There's gonna be a heartache tonight. A heartache tonight, I know. Ooh, some of you got a heartache on your mind. You might actually be hearing that song. That song could resonate with you in another way. Take it as it resonates. But let's go into the emotional self and see. There's something that's coming in this energy that's going to set you free. Some of you, there's something that you really want to emotionally express, but you've been, for whatever reason, holding yourself back from doing so, maybe out of a sense of pride or maybe out of a sense of ego, okay? Or you could be connecting with someone that is doing that to you, Virgo. As I'm getting, like I said, more than just your energy is showing up, so there's others involved in this. Let's see what the emotional space is. And let me see if I can capture the other 2 songs that came through. I keep hearing it. It's the Isle of Arran, I think is the name of either the singer or the song. Which is not it's an artist based out of a different country. I don't remember where. If it comes back to me, I'll let you know. Okay, so the emotional space, Strength, the Knight of Cups, the 5 of Swords, the 8 of Cups in the reverse. Okay, here's another song coming through. I can feel it in the air tonight. So there's something very intense going on in the energy, all right? And you may feel it coming, or it's been long in coming for some of you. This is emotional strength. Okay, and needing to pull on your emotional strengths during this time frame. And I do feel like you are a very strong person, Virgo, so you have the ability to handle pretty much anything that's thrown your way. And I feel like you know this about yourself, right? But there's this sense of like having trouble like moving yourself away from the intense emotion of something and some sort of strife going on in the emotional space, okay? This is not the time to shut your emotions out or make your emotions wrong. This is the time to feel it, to honor it, to let it flow, okay? And stop restricting yourself, right? Like, you can be strong and soft, And you can also be soft and strong. You don't have to be one or the other. All right. And there is strength in vulnerability sometimes. All right. So keep that in mind as we go forward into January. Some of you feel pulled in two different directions when it comes to love or relationships. There could be some inner conflict going on around that that's not really letting you kind of see the answer or move past something, right? It's a lot of mental restriction. But I do feel like you cutting to the chase during this time frame, or getting like some insight that's allowing you to push past this. But if you let your pride get in the way, okay, it's going to block your ability to truly be happy, truly be free, okay? And when I say free, I mean free from the bondage of free from emotional bondage. Okay, because when we as a human society say we want to be free, what we essentially mean at the core is what we want to be free from is emotional bondage. We want to be free to feel good regardless, unconditionally, right? And so the way to allow that energy in is through like honoring your emotional self. So let's see what's going on in the big spiritual picture here, Virgo. The Nine of Discs, the Seven of Discs. Wow, holy cow. The Star and the Ace of Cups. So things are lining up for you, Virgo. Now, some of you have went through this transformation, okay, already. And you've done this emotional work. And you have stopped focusing on the things that you know are bad for you, or at least during this time frame, you're refocusing yourself, which is good. And this is giving you the emotional strength to get out of this headspace that's not serving you, and that therefore call in alignment, hope, healing, love, joy, happiness. Aquarian energy here for some of you. But it's like, I'm hearing don't turn around. So don't look backwards during this time frame, which also reminds me of the Sagittarius reading. I have Taurus energy here too. Like there's no looking back now, all right? So there is ample opportunity here to get the benefit of something that you've been putting work into. So if you've been saving up or putting work into a project or work into yourself, you're going to see some sort of validation there, or receive something that's going to let you know that you're on your path, right? This is reconnecting you with your higher self and your more loving self. Some of you have been closing yourself off from being loving because you weren't really trusting your emotions, or you were letting pride get in the way. And the universe has a funny way of humbling us sometimes. And I'm not saying you're being humbled. Some of you, what I'm saying is you are humbling yourself by honoring your emotions and owning the fact that, you know what? Yeah, I am a strong person, but I'm also a loving person. And in fact, my dominant nature is to be a loving person. And it's like, when you're in that loving space, have you noticed that everything goes good for you? You know, when you're feeling that joy for yourself, do you notice how easy it is for you to be happy for other people? Like, it's all about that sweet spot, Virgo. And I feel like some of you are getting into that sweet spot. Maybe after a period of heartbreak. Let's go back to that song. And for some reason, the other songs didn't come through. nope, I'm just hearing the beginning of that song. Whatever, sorry, I'm gonna move past it. I keep trying to retrieve the other two, but I can't hear them. But you know what I mean, right? It's like sometimes the universe breaks us open so that we can release things and so that we can allow new energy to come in. And I feel like some of you are going through that deep, transformative type of energy right now. Okay? Also, I'm noticing a lot of distractions. Okay, there could be some interruptions coming in. I think we're going to be in a double retrograde here soon, both in Venus and Mercury. So, for instance, I had a distraction right before I started the reading. There was an unexpected interruption earlier as well. And then every time I go to retrieve a song, which usually comes very easy to me, I keep getting like an interruption. So I feel like there could be an interruption coming in, all right? But it's going to help refocus you, or you just might notice a lot of like distractive energy around you right now, and that's such a retrograde thing, okay? And here's the song, finally, Endless Love. My endless love. I have no idea why. First of all, Source is endlessly loving you. That's for a fact. But you might also be hearing that song, or that could have some sort of resonance with you. So let's see what the guidance cards are, Virgo. First, you have Dream Talk. Your subconscious constantly and subtly speaks through your dreams. It's just one of the many ways in which your soul and those here in the spirit world can reach out and communicate with you through signs, symbols, messages, and more. I've been getting the Dream Talk card in a few different readings. I also got it in the Aquarian reading. I don't have Virgo in my chart, but I have noticed that my dream state has been super active this past week. So you might also notice that. Dreams are usually an indication of what we got going on an emotional level, whether we're conscious or subconscious of it. So pay attention, not so much to the details of the dream, but how do you feel when you wake up? Because that's going to point you in the direction of what you've been focusing on. So if you feel bad or you feel fearful, you might be focusing too much on things that make you feel bad and fearful in your wake state, right? Versus if you wake up and you feel rested and happy and ready to start the day, then that means you're spending a good deal of time focused on things that are in alignment with you and to keep it up. So pay attention. The Law of Attraction card says, I intend to see the best in everyone. You can never consistently motivate anybody to anything, but when you see the best of them and you go over to where your version of the best of them is and you align with that, now you are part of the inspiration that you see. Have you ever had that experience yourself when someone sees you and loves you and expects the best of you? Do you not shine in ways that you've never shined before? And do you not also find it's really hard to shine when someone does not look for the best in you? So I gave a really good example of how you feel about yourself and others impacts what you draw out of other people in the Sagittarius reading. So absolutely check that reading out as well. It may resonate with you. But, and don't mind my dogs. Essentially what I was saying is that the way that you perceive other people has very little to do with them as a person and a whole lot to do with you and where you're at with your own spiritual growth and alignment, and also a lot to do with how you feel about yourself. So think about that when you're viewing someone and you're seeing the best in them. How is that reflected? Because that means you're seeing the best in you in those ways. And then when you're viewing someone and you're seeing the worst in them, internalize that as well. What are you seeing in them that may also be present in you? So life and relationships tend to be mirrors. Pay attention, right? And so I'm going to end it there because my dogs are going crazy, and that's what I have for you. But signs you might be dealing with or have in your own chart: Pisces, Scorpio, Leo, Capricorn, Aquarius. Was I just talking about like interruptions, and now my dogs are like nonstop? Sorry, Taurus. That could be in your chart or the chart of the person you're dealing with. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it did resonate, please do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget to give me a like, share, and subscribe if you haven't yet. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram for more fun stuff, as I do go live there as well. Tarot Time with Dana, all of it linked in the description box below, as well as in the About section where you can find the donation link. Otherwise, I'm wishing you guys the very, very best. And until next time, my friends, my dogs say goodbye and I say goodbye as well. And namaste.